Hi there. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian. I am your queer psychic bestie, and I have a reading for you. This is going to be a mid-month check-in for the sign of Pisces. So we are going to be looking at what's going on with your month, Pisces. Are you staying on track? What's keeping us? What's going on? Just a general sort of look about, you know, and see what's going on for you. I'm not using any structured, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Spread this time around. Like in the monthlies, I did the Celtic Cross. This one's going to be more of like a looser spread. It's not going to be structured, just so I can kind of see what's going on, you know, things of the sort. So let's get into it, guys. I'm going to do 6. We're going to do 6 across and then 6 clarifiers. Okay. Or 8. 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8. Literally 8. Okay, great. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Pisces. Why do you have so many cards? Okay. Let's look at your challenge for mid-month. Bottom of the deck is your challenge, represents what you're not seeing, what you're not looking at. We've got the 10 of Pentacles, the Lovers, the 6 of Cups, and the Emperor. Okay. Okay, Pisces. For some of you, the challenge here for like your mid-month is going to be a partner. With the 6 of Cups and the Emperor here, with the 10 of Pentacles and the Lover, some of you may have a partner that's like, I almost want to say holding you back a little bit here. There's a little bit of not seeing eye to eye going on, which I think is interesting. Especially because the 6 of Cups, literally my guides are like really focusing me on this card. Like it's literally just a straight eyeball. You know, I feel like for some of you, this person's, there's a little bit of agita here, you know, heartburn for those of you that are not from the New Yorkish area, but definitely it feels like a little bit of a roadblock for some reason. So let's dive in. Let's see what's going on between you and this person. You start with the 9 of Wands and the Devil. Okay, Pisces, what's happening here, babe? It feels like with the Devil and the 9 of Wands, I feel like this is for someone specific, but like, I just don't feel like you and this person are getting along. Like if you're partnered, if you're a Pisces with a partner here, it feels like your partner is kind of throwing a wrench into your plans this month, because it feels like there's just this feeling here again of I can't shake it, of like not seeing eye to eye. Like I feel like you're moving in a very specific way is how my guides are giving this to me in June. And I don't feel like your partner is necessarily, I almost want to say respecting it. Let's see. Give me a little bit more on this. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Some of you may be reaching a breaking point with this person. 8 of Cups. Oh, some of you are reaching a big breaking point. 10 of Wands is a heavy burden. 8 of Cups is walking away. So, Pisces, it does look like for those of you that are partnered here, obviously if you are in a happy relationship, this is probably not your reading. You know, but for those of you that are not, it looks like you're not going to be entertaining this for much longer here. I can't shake this feeling of like Page of Wands. Like, why are you guys not seeing eye to eye is what I'm curious about here. The Emperor in reverse. This person is definitely out of their power right now. They're not feeling themselves is how I'm hearing it. Yeah, Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands. For some of you, this is gonna be really specific. It feels like this person is a little bit jealous of like how much, I almost want to say how busy you are. I almost said how much busy you are. Bad English on my part. It feels like there's a lot of Pisces, like a lot of people are like vying for your attention and your energy in this mid-month. And it feels like some of you have a partner that maybe is not so happy about this. I feel like, yeah, I just feel like with Death on the bottom of the deck here with the Ace of Cups, I feel like you're kind of over it as well. You know, I feel like a lot of you are just sitting in this energy of like, this is really how you want to act. This is really how this is going to go. Because your next two cards here, you've got the King of Swords and the Sun. I feel like some of you are entering probably a harsher energy than you're used to operating in. King of Swords is not very Piscean. King of Swords I always describe as almost like lawyerly. This is someone a bit blunt, a little bit, you know, they're choosy is the word that I want to use here. And with the Sun, that's like the happiest card in the deck. So some of you, it feels like this reading feels like a tone change for you is how this is coming through. It feels like June was going well up until this point, and now there's like a tone shift for you where you may have to start getting a little bit more sassy, a little bit more, I don't want to say cutthroat, but it's the word that I'm hearing for the rest of the month. It feels like you may have to get a little bit more empowered, a little bit more energy. Let's see. Can I get a few more about this, please? Thank you. The Devil. Yeah. Some of you guys are like, yeah, Two of Swords. It feels like you're kind of stuck in a rut right now, or like between a rock and a hard place. And I feel like some of you are not really knowing where to go. I can't make it up. Eight of Swords is a prison of the mind. I feel like some of you are making, the word I'm hearing is concrete, like more concrete decisions about what's next for you, or like what your next move is here. Pisces, it does feel like you are entertaining someone that is a bit committed to misunderstanding you is how this is coming through. You know, with Justice on the bottom of the deck and the Three of Pentacles, I feel like some of you are recognizing that you deserve better than this. It's like it's just a recognition of like, hey, I should not be getting treated like this, you know, and thus there comes in, herein lies that tone shift for you guys, right? This is an interesting reading. I really didn't expect this for the mid-month for Pisces. Yeah, Ace of Wands and the Chariot. I feel like some of you are also realizing that this is not... at one point, you maybe did want this person, you know, maybe you were attached to this person, maybe you did love them. Not so much anymore. It feels like a lot of you are really just having like an ugly wake-up call here is the best way I can describe this, of like, oh, this isn't really what I wanted, you know, or at least maybe in the beginning it was what you wanted, but now it really feels like it's turned into like a bit of a mess. You know, you've got Justice and the Three of Swords. Again, there's such a recognition here, such a heavy weight in this reading, like a heavy energy of like, wait, I don't deserve this. Like, why am I letting myself be spoken to like this? Seven of Swords, bottom of the deck. There could be infidelity here as well. Five of Wands, definitely you don't trust this person. Five of Pentacles. Ugh. Can I get a little more on this, please? I just heard the word fried. You're a bit fried right now. Because even in this energy, like as I'm trying to do the Pisces reading, which is odd for me because Pisces, I am a Pisces, so I'm usually like a little bit more invigorated in like a Pisces reading, but it feels dense. Like as I'm kind of waiting, like sorry, I keep a meditation, music on in the background on YouTube, and the ads have been really problematic for me lately. But it almost feels like wading, like W-A-D-I-N-G, like I'm kind of wading through this energy right now, which is not very Piscean. Page of Cups, Four of Pentacles. There's also a little bit, yeah, ooh, this is a tough one, Pisces. There's a little bit of an energy here for you of like too little too late. You know, I feel like even if this person was to come back around and like apologize to you for the way that they've been speaking to you or the way they've been dealing with you, you wouldn't accept it. It's sort of how this is coming around, you know? It really just does feel like, yeah, Temperance, like they waited too long. Temperance with the Five of Cups. I feel like for a lot of you, there's this almost, the word I'm hearing is steadfast, like there's like a steadfast determination here of not settling anymore. You know, I feel like for some of you, you've been settling for the way that this person has been treating you, and I don't feel like that's I feel like you're moving away from it. You're sort of, I just keep hearing over it. Like, you're really just like over it at this point. Eight of Pentacles, you've been working really hard on yourself, which is showing, I'm hearing. You know, Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, you're attracting a lot of attention this month, which I do feel like came up in the monthly reading for you, Pisces, was a lot of attention. That's going to continue here. It really does feel like, yeah, but with that Five of Wands, it feels like this person, again, is jealous. Like, I almost feel like you're frustrated because you're like, why are you jealous? You're not doing any of it. You know, there's like this energy. Let's say you've worked, you know, you've worked at the same company for 5 years to get the position that you want. And your partner's over here being like, oh, well, I've been at my company for 6 months. Why, you know, why do you have that position and I don't? And you're like, babe, I've been here for 5 years. You know, there's this feeling of like, I've been doing this for so long. I've been working so hard. You, like, if you're jealous of me, you don't really have a leg to stand on right now. You know, I feel like a big problem here for you and your partnership is that, like, your partner, there's envy here, you know, there's jealousy and there's envy here when really this person should be getting, like, excited. Like, there's almost like you should motivate this person. And I don't feel like they feel that for you. You know, you've got the Five of Cups and the Eight of Swords here. A lot of you, I feel like, have just been giving way too many chances. Just so many chances to this person. And I'm exhausted for you. You know, there's just this general feeling here of like, the word I'm hearing is disdain. That's a harsh one. It's an SAT word. This feels really out of balance, Pisces. Like, really out of balance, and it feels like you're finally waking up to that. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. Like, you're not getting in this relationship what you thought you were going to be getting, and I feel like it's really taking a toll on you. Yeah, King of Swords. Babe, it's time to go. Queen of Swords. Wow. So this is definitely a soul partnership for you. This is definitely someone you're meant to learn a lesson from. King and Queen of Swords, whenever we have a king and a queen of the same suit, it is a soul tie, a soul recollection of some sort, but we have multiple soulmates in our lives, right? I say this all the time. This is not just, there's not just one soulmate and then it's the one and done. We have multiple soulmates, soul connections, soul family, soul contracts. They're all the same fucking thing. You'll just hear different readers using different words, okay? But they're all the same thing. Sometimes our only contract with someone in this life is that they kind of fuck us over for character development. Don't look at me, Pisces. This is literally what's going on for you right now. Is it feels like you're working through a karmic relationship here of like, oh, this wasn't for me, you know? And I feel like you're recognizing that, yes, this was a soul connection. Yes, there were lessons to be learned here, but this is not where you're meant to spend the rest of your days. You know, there's a very clear line that I feel like you're drawing in the sand right now of like, oh, I don't want this. And I'm not meant to be here anymore. You know, I was meant to learn a lesson. I'm going to learn that lesson. I'm going to do my best to learn that lesson. And then I am going to skedaddle, take myself out of here. What an interesting mid-month reading for you guys. I did not expect this at all. At all for you, Pisces. But let's get you some oracle cards. Let's get you some advice here. Some further advice, I should say. Pisces mid-month, please. Can I have two? Two for advice. Thank you. One more, please. Interesting. The oracle deck I'm using is the Angelarium. It is by Peter Moorbacher? Peter Moorbacher? I feel like I might be saying that. I'm probably saying that wrong. Not even. But yeah, it's a reimagining of the Falling of the Angels. You'll see me use this in pretty much every video I do for YouTube. I absolutely am obsessed with this deck. I love it so much. Okay. So your first card here is Satiel. Satiel, not sure again how we say these. And he's the Angel of Coin, which is interesting. But I'm going to read them to you. It is 59 for any of us that are into numerology. It is 59. Okay. Now may be a time to be wary in your dealings. It's important to understand who has your interests at heart. It's worth asking yourself if someone in your life may stand to gain from your misfortune. Your power to refuse is always your own. Accept that power with seriousness, and you can stand firm against those who wish to use you as leverage for their own ends. If that doesn't fit with the reading, I don't know what does. And then the other one you got is Samshiel, Angel of the Eclipse. Also very interesting, very fitting for this reading. I'll read this one to you as well. Samshiel 35. Okay. Something powerful is set to disappear soon. I'm just going to pause. It is killing me. I'm pausing the YouTube music. The light will still be there, but you won't have access to it for a time. Keeping the faith when the world is cold can be hard, but it's a worthy cause. Trapped in the moment of an eclipse can feel like a place apart from the rest of reality, but it's an illusion. Okay, Pisces, we definitely have some like big moves to make for the remainder of June. There's definitely choices here. There's definitely uncomfortability here, but there's also definitely lessons that we've learned here. So I will leave you guys with that. That is your mid-monthly check-in, Pisces. You've got your marching orders for the rest of the month, okay? If you guys enjoy the way that I read, if you enjoy just me in general, I guess, here, consider leaving a like and subscribing. I am new to YouTube. We are on the road to 100 subscribers. So yeah, I stream 3 days a week on Twitch doing tarot. I do collective readings. Then we do personals as well on Twitch. So you can find me on Twitch Wednesday and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. EST, and then Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. EST. I hope to see you guys there one day. And if I don't, that's okay. I will catch you in the next reading, Pisces. Bye.